Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the fifth-year quarterback, Jameis Winston, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they match up with a former league MVP, Matt Ryan, and the Atlanta Falcons. I'll see you again with scores and updates at halftime, but for now, it's my distinct pleasure to hand things over to our broadcast team. It's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis with you. We got an NFC South matchup here. Now, this was the best division of football 2 years ago. They sent 3 teams to the playoffs. But last season, the Saints won the division by 6 games. CD, what do you see in 2019?
Remember when this division was the most volatile one in the NFL? Teams would go from worst to first, and we kind of expected it. Well, it can happen again. Bruce Arians now leading Tampa Bay. They will be much improved. New Orleans fighting to win their 3rd straight division title. How about Atlanta? Dan Quinn, their head coach, is taking over more control of his own defense. And last but not least, the Carolina Panthers. It wasn't that long ago they were in the Super Bowl with Cam Newton as their quarterback.
Tampa Bay's offense taking the field and ready to lead the way at the quarterback position is Jameis Winston.
One of the most heavily debated quarterbacks in the league, but quietly making great progress. The only one of the top 11 passers this weekend in terms of yardage to actually win the game. What a turnabout for him, because normally he puts up big numbers and Tampa Bay loses. 30 of 48, 358 yards and a touchdown in their win over Arizona.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check safety, check safety.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. And this offense can air it out, and when they do, you have to key on Mike Evans.
And we do think about his catch radius first and foremost. A tall, lean receiver, but he actually can make some agile plays as well.
Check, 59. Watch the run. They're running it.
On 2nd and 7, Winston. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Off the play fake, Winston. He's got Evans. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
He completes it to Evans. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Falcons set to take over, and Matt Ryan back out there, Charles, to lead the way as their quarterback.
Missed the start back in Week 8. That broke a streak of 163 straight starts, but he came back in a huge way after their open week, and they defeated the 7-1 Saints in New Orleans, 26-9. And Matt Ryan was just 20 of 35 throwing the ball, but in person, watching with my own eyes, it felt like 30 of 35. Not only was he an inspirational leader, he rallied this team throughout the game and even ran for 2 first downs coming off of a high ankle sprain. Matt Ryan looked awfully good in his last victory.
A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. And here's the offense now. Charles, who's the guy you chose to highlight?
The tone setter, the guy in the middle, Alex Mack. His return, never good for the opposition.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Ryan finding Julio out wide. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The starting 11 defensively for Tampa Bay.
And Ndamukong Suh provokes a whole lot of conversation. But at the end, everyone agrees, one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. On fourth down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Now Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
He's coming.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. In on the tackle, Devondre Campbell, Falcons leading tackler in 2018. And here now the defensive starters for Atlanta.
Edge rusher Takars McKinley gets our attention right now. Had a very solid season in 2018 with 7 sacks, but really expects to make a jump. Eager to get to double digits in 2019 and beyond. New defensive coordinator, it's his head coach, Dan Quinn.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
So on 4th down, out comes the Bucs free agent signee Bradley Pinion to punt. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Ready. Get off the field. Switch.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Come on, Eddie, Blue 80, 125. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
From the 41, Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he's taken down inside the 30. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 29-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
This is Freeman. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Ryan toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a 1st down.
On 1st down, Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. 2 running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? From the shotgun, Ryan. He completes it to Jones. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
So with 4th down looming, Dan Quinn sends out his field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
And with the Buccaneers' new coaching staff, you have to figure they're going to want to use O.J. Howard a little bit more this season. 34 catches, 565 yards last year. But that was in only 10 games. 6'6", 251, and can run. Find a way to get him the ball as they just did there.
And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
A gain of 2 brings up third and less than a yard.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Will I be okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. They sure went against conventional wisdom, calling a pass on 3rd and inches. Had
to be thinking to themselves, the defense is going to overcommit against the run. Should be an easy pitch and catch. Didn't turn out that way.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Ryan. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 37. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
At the 37-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing again, Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
To throw again is Ryan. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Russell Gage. It's now 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Austin Hooper in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Watch a slap, watch a slap, watch a slap.
On 2nd and 7, Ryan. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Here's Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out. And the Falcons grab it. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Atlanta now coming out on the field. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
Check pass, check pass.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Winston. That's caught by Howard. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Ready? Black 25. Black 45. Go.
Jameis now on first down. And he finds Howard complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Matt Ryan and the Falcon offense set to get going again. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Let's go.
Ryan now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now it's Freeman. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's get off the field, D.
Now Ryan. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Check 45 to Mike. Silver.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Jameis Winston and the rest of the Bucs set to begin this next drive. He is looking to help his team build their lead after trailing at halftime. They've got to like the spot they're in right now.
They have to love it, but as you and I both know, cliche alert coming here. You're only as good as your last possession. But I think that they like, as you said, the spot they're in and how confidently they're playing at this point.
But again, just a one-possession lead, looking to expand that now. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go play action. Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That goes for a gain of 31.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. This is Jones. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A run with Ogunbowale. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Teddy, blue lady.
Mike is 59. Mike the 59. In your face.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Winston now. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he's brought down. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and goal, Tampa Bay.
Ready? Black, what you got? Check.
They'll run with Barber. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
One back in the game. That's Jones. 2nd and goal. Jameis to throw it. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs.
Touchdown, baby. Let's go.
3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. Ryan, Jones has it. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just 1 fourth-quarter comeback for the QB. Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ndamukong Suh able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Ryan. He completes it to Jones. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Check.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are back within a single score.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
So a big play coming for the Falcons as they'll go for 2. From the shotgun, Ryan. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Here we go.
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack? Or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Play fake. Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
To throw, Winston. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Winston now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On third down, Winston. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. So Ryan and the Falcons down 21-18, just over 2 minutes to go. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 20.
Come on, QB, come on.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And the catch is made by Justin Hardy. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Back to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Get up.
He'll look to throw. This one caught by Ridley. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 14 yards there on a Falcon 1st down.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Right there.
He's back to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And now all of a sudden, the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you've got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And the Falcons score to cap it off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Winston. And he's got Miller. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, team.
Here's Winston. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage. Trying to squeeze it in there at this stage of the game. You got to take some chances. Nice job to knock it away, though.
You're so right. Understanding where they are in the game, you got to take that opportunity and maybe thread the needle. Unable to get it done there.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Jameis to throw it. He completes it to Evans. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. Now Winston on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback, because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.